This is my grandmother and me in 1975. I was 26 and she was 77. I had come back to New York City to find a career either as an artist or as a stockbroker, and I was staying with Grandma in the Bronx. Just yesterday I conducted a seminar called Clay and Image in Installation Work. Only 2 people showed up, actually 3, but 2 stayed. In defining installations, I said that many new movements are defined more by what they're not than by what they are. That installations removed art from traditional boundaries such as the search for permanence, the museum or gallery wall, or the frame. One of them, who had just retired from teaching art at a local college, raised the question, what's the direction for installation art? What's on the horizon? And I answered that the ability to cross lines in medium and genre would allow for more of the personal, for example, combining performance with visual art. But later I added that it may turn out to be just the opposite, that it is more political. We live in an age that accommodates opposites, not either or, but both and this feeds installation art. This music box plays Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. When it winds down, the video will stop. I inherited a coffee table from my grandmother after she died, and I knew what was in the drawer. I knew that that's where she kept her match collection, which showed the places where she'd been, the places that she frequented. This is from her one trip west by Greyhound bus. Notice the phone number, only 4 digits. An article published in 1959, the Viennese lantern at 242 East 79th Street is the brainchild of Max Lowe and in an older time would have been called a café chantant, since it specializes in singing shows in orchestral music, usually with a Viennese theme. We're listening to the Viennese Lantern Waltz, recorded by Red Nichols and his Penny Orchestra in 1955. Chateau Madrid, West 58th Street. Salvador Dali used to hang out there. I don't know how often my grandmother frequented it. The Starlight roof atop the Francis Drake Hotel in San Francisco is today called the Starlight Room. Obviously, this was from my grandmother's trip west on Greyhound. In addition to the matchbooks which came from the coffee table, I've also been working with matchbooks produced by the matchbook companies and the match companies themselves. Hollywood Studio is my one major indulgence. It did not come from my grandmother. I simply bought it in an antique store. The graphics, the colors, so 1950s. When I translated it into an acrylic painting that incorporated all the information on the matchbook, I realized that this photographic portrait studio and Salt's advertising specialties of San Francisco, who produced the matchbook, had left out one important piece of information. A phone number. Also, come to think of it, the city. I can't find the address on 4th and Broadway in San Francisco or in LA. A painting on glass. A remembrance. The Jewish memorial prayer is called Mourner's Kaddish, and it begins with the word in Hebrew Yit Gadal, which means magnified.